Hey everyone, in this episode we are going to talk about how you get 5 to 6 units on a Burnaby lot under Burnaby's new multiplex zoning rules. I'm Kathy Ewan with Phase 1 Design.
I'm Nicholas Beachray with Phase 1 Design.
And let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome to Dream Homes with Kathy. I'm Kathy Ewan, an architectural technologist, custom home designer, and founder of Phase 1 Design. Our team and I have helped over 1,000 homeowners design their dream homes. This channel is dedicated to sharing our knowledge with you. Alright, so starting off, let's just talk about the question of the day, how do you get 5 to 6 units on a Burnaby lot?
Well, if you're trying to develop for that, and once again, I'm going to round numbers, you need a lot that's more than 3,000 square feet in size and is within close proximity to a frequent transit service or transit access, which has to be determined on a lot-by-lot basis. And if you meet both of those main criteria and a few minor ones, then you're allowed 5 or 6 units, or 1 to 6 units.
Awesome. Yeah, and just like as a side note, if you want us just to quickly run your address, like Nick is really good at just doing this quickly and confirming whether or not your particular lot complies. Moving on, so let's just say yes, check mark, your lot does qualify for 5 to 6 units. What are the different ways that you can actually design and or configure your buildings on a lot when you have 5 or 6 units?
Sure. There's quite a few different options. I'm not going to go into all of them, but some of the more common ones would be you could put, for example, 3 duplexes on a lot, and say 1 in the back, 2 on each side. You could do row options if your lot is large enough and have 2 facing each other, 2 units of 3 of you. You could also do a 4-plex in the front, whether it had 2 primaries and 2 secondary suites, or 4 primaries, and then another duplex in the back again. Another option, which is to do 1 large building with 6 units in it. However, that comes with a lot of additional complications, as you know, because it changes the building code aspects, and that building is now treated as a hotel, so it's a lot more cost involved. But it is an option too.
Awesome. Speaking of building code, let's maybe shift gears there, just in terms of the requirements, because under the building code, typically when you actually get past a certain number of units, it triggers additional building code requirements. So maybe let's touch on that a little bit. What, in the world of like 5 to 6 units, how does that affect the building code requirements?
Well, there's a number of them. Once again, I'm not going to go into all, but I'll cover the highlights. One is, as I was mentioning, it's treated as a hotel. So your fire safety requirements, all your fire separations between units and everything else has to be dramatically increased, sprinkler requirements and everything else for life safety from that point of view. Related to that, your structural engineering and seismic engineering, which are 2 separate pieces in code, have to be upgraded to survive much heavier earthquakes than otherwise. There's accessibility with regard to handicap accessibility, the size of your hallways, doorways, so forth, grab bars, number of different reasons.
It's a different class of the building code, essentially.
Yeah. Basically, it's treated at like a hotel for requirements.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but there are different ways, like back to the configuration question that we just talked about, different ways that you can actually configure your site to some of them which may still fall under like the more traditional building code with multi-family, whereas like other configurations will actually start triggering these additional requirements. So, just a word of advice, like when you're going down this pathway of assessing what type of building configuration, definitely that would be a consideration that we would always recommend, is what is the building code impact, because, as you can probably imagine, with the more strict requirements for that, obviously that's a higher cost for construction.
Exactly.
Thank you so much again, Nick. Super appreciate having you on today and just walking us through. Don't forget to download our playbook on Burnaby's new zoning bylaw for a super quick and easy reference on all the new guidelines. And for those looking to start the design process on multiplexes or any other projects in Greater Vancouver, Lower Mainland, feel free to reach out to us below. We will drop the details below.